many times people give people too much information, and in that overwhelming amount of information, it becomes difficult for the person you're trying to persuade to find and focus on what they ultimately need to be persuaded. And you know, our belief is that editing is one of the most important parts of persuasion, which is selecting, eliminating, and emphasizing the key points. So selecting the key points, eliminating everything else so that you can bring proper emphasis, and I would say proportionate emphasis to the key points, so someone can understand what it is you're trying to say. The other challenge is that most people don't realize what the process is. An easy analogy is a funnel, but the process of the steps that you need to go through to getting a successful answer. I would say most people give people enough information to say no before they give them enough information to say yes. We like to look at things as more of strategic points or milestones, if you will, that we're getting someone to take an action, move the thing forward so that they can get more information. So by the end, they have enough information to make a good answer or satisfactory result, what you're trying to persuade them to do. So that requires you to give information to get through those steps incrementally. And I think many people make the mistake of trying to, you know, a simple analogy is if someone's trying to go get a job, they try to write the resume in a way that would get them the job. But the reality is that your resume and or the cover letter are only meant to get you an interview, which is an opportunity for them to want to know more about you, and an opportunity for you to actually fill in the key areas that they would need to make the next decision to move forward, maybe a second interview, and eventually an informed decision. The same is true with an investor, is you're not going to get someone to invest in your company off of a executive summary, a deck, or anything like that. Is you have to think, what do you want them, what do they need to do next? And you give them enough information to get to those stages, and you incrementally are advancing yourself and persuading at each point relevant to what you're trying to overcome or achieve. And the same thing is true with the salesperson, is that they come in sort of, in some cases, I'd say a little hyper, a little overwhelming, and try to throw a bunch of stuff out there and see what sticks. Then they start to try and persuade someone. But by that point, you may be arguing yourself out of a box instead of starting from something that they want to solve. So we always start with who you're presenting to, what you're trying to achieve with them, and then order the words to fit for each step in the funnel with the idea that eventually you'll get to a point where they can make a fully informed decision.